Hey, it's Ann Alexander with Exit Coast Real Estate Pros here in Myrtle Beach. We're going to start diving into your first-time homebuyer questions. So stay tuned and let's get rolling. All right, welcome back. It is week 3. I was going to talk about saving money, but in thinking about everything that we've already discussed, I really want to kind of dive in a little bit today on renting versus buying, because I'm sure you're in that spot of, is it even worth, going into buying a home, or should I just stay and rent? So I found this calculator on nerdwallet.com, and it actually is a pretty good calculator on giving you an idea of renting versus buying. So looking at, we had our totals last week. We kind of figured out if we wanted to pay $1,000 a month, that our home price was going to be about $233,000. So I'm going to put that in here. Your normal down payment with the first-time home buyer programs is usually about 3.5%. So I'm going to put 3.5 over here, and that'll calculate that automatically. And we'll get into all that kind of thing next week. Like I said, I'm kind of taking a little deviation here because I really wanted to talk about the value of buying versus renting. Again, our mortgage payment or interest rate that I was looking at last week is 3.125. Loan term is 30 years. Comfortable rent, we said, was $1,000. So we're going to put that in here. All right, so this actually kind of gives you a breakdown. If you're going to buy, you want to stay in your house at least 5 years. So this one's actually saying that if you stay in your home for 3 years, renting is cheaper than buying. But we want to change that to the 5-year mark. I think should be good. Actually, is it even going to let me do that? Yeah. All right. So if you're planning on staying in your home 5 years or more, buying is cheaper than renting. And it gives us a breakdown here. Your monthly cost is going to be $1,039. If you buy, it's going to be $973. So overall, your costs, if you rent for 5 years, it's going to cost you $62,000. Whereas if you buy, it's going to cost you $58,000. Now, with that in mind, remember that you actually have a tax write-off on the rent or on your mortgage. So that is huge. So you're going to be saving even more realistically. Here, up at the top here, it tells us that we're going to save $66 a month and $3,937 in total. All right, so let's take this home price down to $200,000. Again, we're going to happen there. 3.5 would be a $7,000 down payment. Interest rate, we're going to keep it at the same. Mortgage, we're going to keep it at the same. So if we stay in our home for 5 years, again, buying is cheaper than renting. You're going to save $204 a month and $12,000 total. So that's a huge difference, guys. I think that gives you an idea right there. If we do change this to, let's say, 3 years, renting is going to be cheaper. So we need to kind of take a look at that, and knowing what your lifestyle and job and everything else. There's a lot to consider when it comes to renting versus buying. Take it to 4 years. Again, you're right on that cusp. So 4 years, buying is going to be cheaper. So just a little something to think about. Like I said, this is nerdwallet.com, and it is the rent versus buy calculator. And of course, if you have any questions, please reach out because we can sit down and discuss what your options are. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you next week.